Welcome back to Writing Done Right. And today I want to give you a tour of a good alternative to utilizing your big tech solutions like Google Docs or Microsoft Office and things like that. Because there's times that you might want to stay away from big tech, and I do realize I'm a little bit more privacy focused and more free and open source software focused than most. And this is one of those solutions that's not free, but the cost is definitely worth it, especially if you're talking like having a big family or something like that. And you could set up one of these instances that you can use between your family and even your extended family, and the cost is absolutely worth it. Now, I'm not going to show here how to set this up and install it, because on my other channel, Switch to Linux, I have this video and it shows you how to install it. And we have some timestamps down here. So this one here is utilizing the DigitalOcean marketplace, and you just type in NextCloud, and this gets you to the NextCloud all-in-one. And this is not particularly hard to manage, but it does take a little bit of technical skill. Now, I do actually manage these for other people. So if you do want to quote on managing one of these for yourself, then you can get a hold of me for that. But really, it does take a little bit of knowledge in this in the technical world, but not a ton. And so the particular server I'm going to show you here is costing me $18 a month. This is a server I went. So I have 60 gigabytes of total disk space and 3 terabytes of transfer per month. And so that actually gets us, really, that's probably overkill for many families. So you can utilize this to run your whole family. You can use it for all of your contacts, all of your calendars. It will work perfectly fine with Android phones, with iPhones and things like that. In fact, on this channel, I did another one. If we come down, let me just go back to my main Switch to Linux channel, and we will look at just searching for NextCloud. And this is actually a video about how you can sync all of your phones on Android phones and iPhones. Let's see, phone syncing data without big tech. That's Android. This one is NextCloud, Mac OS, iOS calendar, contact syncs, and NextCloud. So this one's Android. This one is Apple. We have contact syncs and calendars and things like that. So my other channel does have a lot of information on it. What I wanted to show you today is why you can use this. Now, I'm using my full administrative account here, which I use to add different apps and stuff like that. And what I'm actually going to do here, though, is I'm going to tell you first and foremost, I have the administrator account set up to do check security checks and things like that. However, as far as being a user, I never use the administrator account for anything. In the odd event there's some data leak or something, I actually use a bunch of sub accounts under this. So I almost never log into this administrative account. I just log in when I need to update software and things like that. So this is also completely uncustomized, whereas the one I'm using for my regular stuff is customized. I have been using NextCloud to sync my contacts and calendars, I think, for 7 or 8 years now. Never had a single problem. So this means I'm not giving all my contacts to Google or Microsoft or my calendars or things like that. Now, this all-in-one build has a lot of features. The talk is kind of the collaborative thing. This is one I don't actually use a whole lot. In fact, I might even disable it from this account just to save some memory. But you can kind of use this like Teams. You can do internal chats. You can do notes to yourself. You can do full conversations. You can do video conferences and things like that. The contacts, I'm not going to click there because by default it will show you all the contacts in the system. So I actually have other people. I actually set this up because my current NextCloud instance that I've been using for a long time is running to the end of its server life, and I wanted to move it off of my main server with my other websites. But B, we needed the full collaborative approach for a project I'm working on. So I was able to set up accounts with everybody so we can get in. The calendar, I can't show you that because there's nothing on there that's would be compromising it to anything. It basically is just a calendar. So you can add full events, and this will go onto your online calendar. You can use it like CalDAV. If somebody sends you an email with an appointment and you click a link, you can paste it on into here, and it will automatically sync to your individual devices. We also have things like the deck application, which allows you to organize workflow tasks. This is actually something that I'm actually experimenting with now a little bit with moving some of my video platform movements into these. But you have to-do lists, doing lists, done lists. You can drag things around. You can open these guys up and write descriptions and a bunch of other stuff. So basically like a Trello board, things like that. You can put photos in there. I'm not sure. I might have some. Actually, this is the administrator account. I shouldn't have any photos in here except the default ones they came with. So you can use a full photo archive library. And this is really funny. This is actually the photo we use on the background in WritingDoneRight. And this has been in NextCloud the whole time. I stumbled upon this somewhere else, but it ends up being in there as well. So you can use your photo section just to show photos up here. You can store them just for yourself. You can send them out. What we want to talk about here in terms of writing, though, and spend the most time on is over here in the documents. This system here can replace Dropbox. It can replace Google Docs. It can replace Google Drive. Anything that you want to do, you can come in here and you can click on this little person icon and you can share it. You can share it with internal teams. I'm not going to click this because it'll expose the people inside. This is inside my servers. We have outside servers. I can just type any other federated person. So I actually use this to federate with a friend of mine, also uses this on his own instance, and he helps with some of my videos and stuff. So I just entered his federated cloud ID on an external server, and it gives him access to all the files I want. Or you can create a public link, and you can actually do a number of different things inside of this. So I actually use one of these for any of my clients that need to send me files. I have one that I set to it is set to just show uploads. So I can where's it at? Password expiration, hide download, note to recipient. We set a note to recipient, and then we can, this one here. This is up here. File request only. So you land on that particular page. In fact, I have that set up on a hot link at my short link. So let me just show you what that looks like. And I think it's upload. I think that's what I have it set to. And this just sends you right on over here, and it looks just like this. So you can upload a file to my publishing company or my web design company. You can't see anything else in here, but you can add files. You can add other folders or things like that. So this is actually a really nice feature that will send it right to my personal account. So we'll go ahead and delete that share, though. So you can go ahead and add a variety of different custom permissions. You can make them password protected. You can expire them, things like that. But the other thing that you can do inside of this is you can actually use the full collaborative suite in here. And just like you can type out documents and collaboratively work, you can do the same thing. And this utilizes a LibreOffice backend. And so here is me typing my doc on my own. Oop, I got to spell own right. Own personal cloud. And so you can actually go ahead and use this and have all of your documents online, but they're not in the hands of all of the other big tech companies. You can see that we have they have like a basic ribbon layout, so you can easily file and format things. If you want to, you can export this as a PDF file or even an EPUB file, and you can save it to your local computer as an ODT, RTF, DocX, or a doc. So if you can download these any way that you like. And so you can actually come in here and you can do spreadsheets, PowerPoints. In this case, you have a writing document, and they will all show up in here. You can access PDFs as well. And then there's so many extra applications that you can have for this, whether you're adding 2FA security, or there's actually applications you can install a mapping system and an offline tracker that will actually track you around. It's kind of the same thing like Life 360 does, only instead of sending all that data to somebody else's server that they use to monetize your data and track you, it'll all go into this cloud system that only you have access to. And so this NextCloud instance really will replace a ton of those different big tech services, from contacts, calendars, document sharing. And I even use this with my tax accountant to send him copies of things, just to make it easier on myself, send him an encrypted link. And by the way, all the stuff in here is encrypted. So if somebody were to break into my actual cloud server somewhere, the files are all encrypted in here. And so it becomes a means that I can protect my privacy, and I can actually get in here and collaborate with people either on this server or on other servers as well. So NextCloud really is an amazing application. I've been using it for years. And like I said, the system here is very mature. It is very well developed by a group. I think they're out of Germany. And I think you can actually buy instances from them as well if you're interested in buying them. I personally like doing the setup system. So I'll have the video here that I just showed you, which is this one down here, why you need NextCloud and how to easily install it. 30-minute video there set out in the Mojave Desert, and we talk a little bit about why you want it and then how to install it. And then there's a lot of other NextCloud things over here. So if you are interested in having a look, I want to leave specifically this video here, but if you have a look over my channel there and just type in NextCloud on the channel search, you'll see I have a lot of videos over here that will help you out, including some of the oldest installs I've ever done, you know. So you can get all that information over there on that channel as well. But I wanted to show you this in case it is an interest of you and your writing features, so that you can collaborate online without giving all your information up to Google. Yeah, it's not as easy or cheap or free necessarily, but this is what you would need if you want to protect your privacy, especially if you're using a family and you don't want Google to have access to all the family vacation photos you're sending out to everybody. So that really is the case. It is definitely worth using this platform. I highly recommend it, and I've been using it for the better part of a decade now. So let me know your thoughts about this. Again, if you are interested in this, would like maybe some help or some extra consulting on this, I'd be glad to do that as well. Just leave me a comment, contact me on any of my websites, emails. We'll have means to get a hold of me on all those. With that, thanks for watching, and hope that we have helped you to get your writing done.